Now, what's all this chatter about Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man? Because every day for the last week there seems to be a new article saying something.
Well, I mean, fun fact, in the last week, Doolittle came out, and it did do little. So,
Oh, it
of course, people are
bombed.
going to ask him if he's going to go back.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, he's got the obvious question because he was obviously going to get asked this movie on this press or asked this question on this press tour. So he's done the safe PR thing of like, you never know. It would have
Hmm.
to be a really good reason for me to
Yep.
come back, but the door's not closed. The door's closed, but the door's not closed. No.
Now,
Unfortunately, his paycheck's way too high for him to come back.
until he gets a couple of more bombs, then it won't be as high, you know. And I think that's kind of a
True.
thing. And here's the conversation I want to bring up with you. We've seen other MCU stars, like Chris Hemsworth, for example. He tries to do anything
And
outside
it
of
bombs.
Thor, it bombs. Is it a case just like Chris Hemsworth where the character and the actor made each other popular, and once you take him out of it, he's not as big? Because Sherlock, again, was a success with Robert Downey Jr., but people will argue that Sherlock is a character that no matter who plays him, because Benedict Cumberbatch has, and that did good. Like every iteration of Sherlock seems to do decent because the character's popularity. Is it possible that that's Robert Downey Jr. right now? And if they wait 10 years and he gets a couple more bombs, he'll be like, guys, I need another
I
mansion.
might be 65, but I can do it still.
You guys scanned me for Civil War, whatever, bring me back.
Which, to be fair, Iron Man's a role he can play until he's done, and even when he's done, he can still play. Because hey, AI Tony Stark.
Exactly.
We have his face. He's signed his face away. It's fine.
Hmm.
But it's a common occurrence in like massive movies. You look at Star Wars.
Yep.
The only actor really that had a prominent career afterwards was Harrison Ford.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yes, Mark Hamill did voice acting, and yes, Carrie Fisher was like the script doctor and all that stuff, but it was never like another massive role like that I had before. Like Superman effect is a well-known thing. Like, what did they do after that? So it's like, is it just another version of that, or is it just the same thing? Like, are they all
Right.
literally the same effect, and we just calling them different names? But
Hmm. Yeah,
'cause it seems very much a case of like, oh, they do the one big thing, and then no one really cares about anything else.
yep. Yeah, like, I struggle to find actors unless it's like Leonardo DiCaprio or somebody in the last, like, 15 years that's kind of like can go to anything and he always delivers the same type of box office and success. He's not really bombing anywhere, you know? Like, it's a weird thing
But
because,
has DiCaprio? I know he had Titanic and
right.
it was huge, but like, has he had something like this?
No, he hasn't. He's just kind of like that safe. If you get him, you kind of have a success, right? Like, because
Yeah,
people
it's
like
like
him.
he's attached to the Scorsese and Tarantino names.
Exactly. Yep.
But
And I don't know. Like, it's interesting to think about that. And do I think personally, Iron Man will be back? Yeah. If it's Robert Downey Jr. or not, I don't know, because when you open up the
mm,
multiverse, you open up the possibility to bring in any new actor and test them as Iron Man to see how the audience reacts. So, like, it's interesting. But yeah, Doolittle definitely not a success, and because of that, all the chatter is out there. So I could see it realistically. I could see this
yeah,
happening, and I don't know how people would react to it. I mean, obviously, the moment if it was announced that he's coming back, like, uh, you know, do an
that would
Iron
be an
Man.
interesting reaction to see if he ever
Uh-huh.
did come back. Because I don't know if I want him back,
Same. I
just for the sake of the character and the integrity of it.
I don't want him or Chris Evans back as Captain America. Like, it's kind of like, sure, maybe if you do a flashback or something,
Yeah, yeah.
or it's like if they were to make a let's say a Wolverine movie and it does flashbacks to World War II and there's that like 2 year gap where they were doing ops in Europe and Wolverine
Mm.
teams up with Captain America and we know that they did have some sort of history, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. You brought back Chris Evans for that to give it that personal connection. That'd be something I'm accepting of. But bringing back Evans as like an old Cap, no, like none of that crap.
I not old Cap, but I'd gladly have Evans back as old Steve.
Yeah, yeah,
It's more like like an advisor role.
yeah, yeah.
So he's not like actually doing anything. He's only
Right.
sitting in a chair with makeup on. Like, Sam's got a problem in the show, so he goes to see Steve. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can do that with Evans. You could kind of, I suppose, do that with Tony, and just have it with the AI. But
His
no.
character's kind of like, I think his story's more complete than Captain America's. I think, we can agree on that. It's like, look, he bookends everything. Like,
Yeah. There's definitely a harder cut end for one than the other. No, they're both the perfect ends for their character arcs.
Right.
From the first three phases, but there's still you could work it in, but it's a question. Should you, not could you?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So, yeah, I guess we'll find out in the next couple years. We'll wait till D23.
Give him 2 more bombs.
D23 from
when
like,
Doolittle 3 comes out.
Oh.
The man's probably gonna pay for the movie himself, so you never know.
Yeah. We'll just wait till like San Diego Comic-Con or D23 3 years from now, and if Marvel Studios is struggling, which they won't be, they'll be like, and here's Robert Downey Jr. coming back for Iron Man 4. And we'll see how that goes. But it's probably not happening, so don't hold your breath out for
So
that.
thank you for taking the time to watch that video. If you guys would like more content that we offer here for channel members, which you guys can check out in the little join button down below, we do offer additional content, such as exclusive podcasts and topic discussions, our gaming podcast, Star Wars TV series reviews, Marvel show reviews, DC Universe and CW reviews. We offer personal vlogs, backlog reviews of TV shows and movies, video game topics, and Q&As. And of course, in one of our best tiers, we offer audio commentaries on TV shows and movies, along with a bunch of other stuff you guys can check out just by clicking that join button and seeing what is on offer.